Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, when doing a problem like this, when I'm asking you for the equation of the parabola, you don't have to graph it, but to me, that's the easiest way to be able to identify the information that you need. So what I would do is I would just take a graph, and I'd say, all right, my vertex is at 0, 2. And I'll just label that with a V. Then it says the directrix is at -3. X equals -3, so that means I know it's a vertical line. So 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason why I do this is because now I need to systematically think through this parabola and determine, is this going to be a parabola that's going to open up, down, or left and right? And Sean, do you have an idea of what type of parabola this would be? Open up or down or left or right? Well, it's going to open left or right, right? So now Sean needs to look at this. So yeah, if here's my vertex, does my parabola open towards the directrix or away from the directrix? Away, correct? So therefore, yes, my graph is going to open in this direction. So what that helps me do is identify what type of formula I'm going to use. So the formula that I'll be using is when y is squared. So it'd be y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. That's my formula, correct? Yes? OK. So because I'm not going to use the x one, because that would be for up and down. So then what Sean notices is that, yes, if I'm going to the left to my directrix, that means I need to go to the right, correct? Now remember, the distance from the focus is the exact same as the distance to the directrix. So I can figure out my focus, even though I don't really need to. But remember, this distance is p, right? I mean, it's the absolute value distance. It's the same distance as to its focus. And this distance is 1, 2, 3. So therefore, I could go 1, 2, 3 in the other direction, and that would be my focus. Now again, I don't need to figure that out. But hopefully you guys understand that this is 3. That's -3. But the main actually, that is very important. Noticing that the distance from the vertex to the left to directrix is -3. So therefore, from the vertex to the focus is +3. Why is that so important? Because remember, this equals p. Not to this. The distance from the vertex to the focus is your p. So now guess what, guys? All I'm simply going to do is plug in the information I have. My vertex is at 0, 2. So therefore, my k is 2 squared equals 4 times p, which is 3, times x minus 0. All right? Anybody have any questions on how I inputted the information? Yes, Jamie. No, because remember, your x, well, x and y represent any point that's on the line. But your vertex, this represents your h and your k. So since my h is 0 for the vertex, that's why I put in a 0 there. So now the next thing is I can simplify this. I'll just leave this as is. Sure. OK? Now, that is going to be an equation that I'll allow you guys to leave in. However, what if your CGA asked you to put it into standard form? So how would you do something like that? Well, to do that, you'd have to expand this. We're not going to ask this on the test, but you might need to know how to do this. So to do that, you need to expand this. Y squared minus 4y plus 4 equals 12x. Then you'd solve for x by dividing by 12. So you'd have 1/12 y squared minus 3y plus 1/3. That is it now in standard form. Thank you. Does everybody understand? I'm not going to ask, as I mentioned, guys, I'm not going to